What is going on, peeps? Okay, over the last I would say the last 2 weeks, I've had some on and off again conversations about cryptocurrencies. As many of you guys know, I do talk about them. I've also said on past videos I don't have a lot of faith in them. But the reason why I bring them up is because I do believe there is a window, an opportunity in which we could ride a wave and make a lot of money if you make the right moves. Now, everybody's guess is as good as mine. Mine is as good as everybody else's. But I do look for specific things when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Now, everybody has their favorite person they listen to on YouTube when it comes to cryptocurrencies. I get it. You guys heard me talk about this all the time. There's one guy I listen to. His name is Chico Crypto. And the reason for that is I like to get my news that's unbiased. Okay, he is not owned or controlled or sponsored by any cryptocurrencies, which means he's going to tell you the truth about all of them, good, bad, and the ugly. Okay? So the problem is if you are one of those people who are emotionally attached to a cryptocurrency, if he mentions anything negative about your cryptocurrency, then you're automatically turned off. This is the wrong approach when it comes to investments. You should not be so emotionally attached to your investment that if somebody gives you any type of bad news about it, that you all of a sudden hate that individual or you discredit them or you think they're lying. I see that all the time. Not just in the cryptocurrency market, but when it comes to the Iraqi dinar or the Vietnam dong, gold and silver. Hell, if I say anything remotely negative about the Iraqi dinar or the Vietnam dong, all hell breaks loose. The thing is, as an investor, you need to take your emotions out of it and use common sense and logic. Listen to what the people have to say. So what has happened over the past year? Look, I used to listen to a ton of different people talk about cryptocurrencies. I did. Tons of them. But then you end up finding out that, some of these people are either sponsored by XRP or XLM or whatever other people's trash crypto coins are. These people get paid a lot of money to push a specific product. That's not what I want. I want somebody who's just going to tell me the straight facts. Sorry, couldn't resist. I want him to tell me the truth. Just tell me what's going on. Chico Crypto definitely is, and I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description. Chico Crypto, I love it because this guy, I don't know if it's him by himself or if he has a team of people. I'm not sure who's doing the research, but man, that guy is just unbelievable when he is explaining things in his video. He does a lot of extremely in-depth research, okay? Anyways, away from him, though, I started to read a couple of articles. Two things caught my attention. So when it comes to cryptocurrencies, there's only four that I ever pay attention to. I don't want to hear people's pitches about which ones they think are better than the ones I'm talking about. I don't care. Based on my own research and how you should do your own investment is this. Do your own research. There's nothing wrong with listening to people like me and other individuals to help you try to make wise decisions. But the truth of the matter is, it's your money. So ultimately, in the end, it's going to be your responsibility. Okay? So Bitcoin is the Bitcoin of all the coins. It is the most valuable coin. We know this. We see this on all these investment platforms. Everybody talks about the granddaddy of them all, which is Bitcoin. For those of you who don't know, Bitcoin made a name for itself when it reached $20,000 a coin. And you had all these little pimple-faced teenagers who were using the coin when it was 5 cents, and they had a ton of them. And you also had a lot of people doing, I don't know, let's say some nefarious things on the dark web using cryptocurrency Bitcoin. And they had a lot of coins. So when it shot up to about $20,000 coin, it created a ton of millionaires. Now, I know the media loves to try to perpetrate like, these guys were smart investors. They're not. As you learn more about them, you realize that a lot of these people had the coins because they were, for one reason or another, doing something nefarious, or they just happen to be buying video games using cryptocurrencies from other video game users, and these teenagers became rich. Okay, so nonetheless, it made a name for itself. Today, it's still the top dog when it comes to cryptocurrencies. You can see here it's still above $9,000 to own a Bitcoin, and that's a full coin. And let me just again make this perfectly clear to people who don't think they have the money to invest in cryptocurrencies. If you want to buy Bitcoin, you don't have to have $9,056 to buy a Bitcoin. You can put in there, let's say you have $50 a paycheck, discretionary funds. You can go to a place that sells cryptocurrencies. And in case you're wondering, I always leave a link to where you can go and start buying cryptocurrencies. Okay, it's on the internet. It is to Coinbase. Coinbase has the most user-friendly website for newbies, people who have never done it before. It's really user-friendly, but I don't suggest you stay there long. Learn about how to maneuver around on the platform. It doesn't take very much to learn it, and then get off it and go to Coinbase Pro. All you have to do is sign up. It automatically transfers your information from Coinbase over to Coinbase Pro. The reason why I say that is because the fees are really expensive if you're one of those people that actually want to use the coins to do transactions. If you're just somebody like me who just wants to store things up on there, then, you know, it's a good little user-friendly site. But if you're going to sell your cryptocurrencies, they do charge one hell of a fee. Nonetheless, it's still not as expensive as you would imagine. So anyways, like I was saying, if you want to buy Bitcoin and you have $50 discretionary fund per paycheck, then just go there and buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. You don't have to have the full $9,000. Okay, you could buy fractional portions of cryptocurrencies. And then what happens is over time, they start accumulating. Okay, so eventually you'll get to where you actually own a full Bitcoin. Then you just, little by little, you can keep doing it. Now, personally, because people ask me this all the time, Pimpy, which cryptocurrencies do you like? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and XLM. These have been always the biggies for a long time. Okay, but now I'm starting to drift away from XRP, but let me tell you why each one of them is important. XLM is big because for those of you who know who the rapper Akon is, Akon has his own cryptocurrency called the Acoin. Akon also is developing a city, a literal city in Kenya. All right? And guess what? That city is going to fully be functionable using the Akon coin, which is XLM. Okay? That means there's some potential for this to go up only because of its exclusivity usage, okay? XRP is the big dog as far as the chatter in the crypto sphere. And what I mean by that is this. Everybody believes XRP is the currency of the future. Everybody sees that they are creating all types of contracts. They are making relationships all around the world. And they are doing business already with a ton of big name companies. All right. So XRP is definitely one you want to hold. Ethereum is a granddaddy of them all. People are buying them left and right just because of the novelty, just because a lot of people believe that it's going to return to its glory days and jump up in value. There's been a lot of predictions that even by McAfee that the coin would hit $1 million by the end of 2020, he said, or he'd eat his own, you can name it. Anyways, to me, the biggest and potential, the biggest money maker, in my opinion, is Ethereum. And the reason for that is the type of development that they're doing. And we're going to go over that here in a little bit. But not only that, Bitcoin, as they run out of the amount of coins that are available, because they're the original, they're the granddaddy of them all, as they start to fade away, they are starting to merge their business with Ethereum. They're moving over to this platform. I've done videos showing you that Bitcoin is moving to the Ethereum platform. So when they go, what's going to happen? Well, they're going to bring all of their customers. They're going to bring all of their liquidity, in other words, money, with them. They're already part of the development portion of Ethereum. So these people eventually will be the big dog and overtake Bitcoin as Bitcoin fades out. Okay, Bitcoin was just meant to be the launch. They took off, they did what they needed to do, but they did not have any real true longevity. not like Ethereum does, okay? And I've made videos explaining and showed you through Chico Crypto why Ethereum is the investment to be involved in. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of articles that involve both Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is really interesting. As you can see on this picture, a Bitcoin shortage and the future of Ethereum. Okay, so this is an article that's very interesting. So it says institutional investors are buying Bitcoin like crazy after the halving. Remember I told you guys Bitcoin will go up in value. It always does around the halving time. There's no way they could be at the value that they are and still continue to function. As a matter of fact, there's new articles coming out that miners, huge mining companies that mine Bitcoin, are now closing down because it's not feasible for them to mine Bitcoin any longer. Now, what kind of long-term effect that has on Bitcoin, I'm not sure. I'm not as savvy as other people are when it comes to understanding blockchain and Bitcoin, but I know enough to be dangerous, okay? So for the most part, here's what's happening. Wall Street is buying up Bitcoin like there's no tomorrow. For those you don't know, there is a rumor that a person named Satoshi started Bitcoin. And Satoshi is rumored to have 1 million Bitcoin in his or hers or whoever wallet. A wallet is how it's a virtual wallet that holds your coins. 1 million Bitcoin. So you just saw that each coin is now worth 900,000. If that person is truly holding 1 million Bitcoin, you can imagine they're holding on to billions of dollars. But here's the thing. Wall Street is for some reason buying them up like crazy. And this started happening right after the halving that took place a couple weeks ago. Institutional interest in Bitcoin is experiencing an unprecedented surge. So GDTC alone is swallowing up 70% of all newly mined coins. That's since the halving. So what that means is we're about to see a serious bump in the value of Bitcoins. Because the more they buy up and they start clearing out the market, the harder it is to get. So think supply demand. The less there are available, the more people are to buy them. So both data and first-hand accounts from the industry insider indicates that an interest in Bitcoin from institutional investors is accelerating at a rapid pace. This has led to some to conclude the perfect storm is about to hit the market. So the company is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. They're buying them up like there's no tomorrow. They're an exchange trade vehicle backed by Bitcoins. It has been growing steadily in size over the past several years. However, in the last couple of months, its growth has begun to accelerate. Now, for those of you who have not seen my video, I showed you why everybody buys Bitcoin after the halving. It's because every time after the halving, we see large jumps in values of Bitcoin, which means that's about to happen. All right, so like I said, you don't have to own a full Bitcoin. You can own fractionals, just keep pumping into there. For me, I pushed all of my cryptocurrencies into Ethereum because I have a goal that I want to set for my holdings of Ethereum. I'm not far from there now. Once I achieve it, I will go back to buying into at least XRP as my next one. Okay, but look at the fact that, or actually I might change it to Bitcoin, only because when you see a demand like this from Wall Street of people trying to buy up Bitcoin, that means there's something going on that we're not aware of. That's easy to assume that. So if that's the case, what's that mean? What are they willing to pay per Bitcoin if they're trying to gobble up the entire market? So what you do is just write it out. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to skip XRP and go into Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin is going to fade away here, not too distant future, but they are also moving over to the Ethereum platform. What does that mean? Could there be a merger? I don't know. This will be interesting. That's for sure. So this company is a Wall Street company. It's called Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. They are buying up all of the Bitcoin. And check this out. Grayscale may swallow up to 550,000 Bitcoin by 2021. That's only about a half year away. So if you think about it, if Satoshi owns technically 1 million coins, these people are not far behind. Okay, so as it says, Grayscale has taken up to 350,000 bitcoins out of circulation. This represents 2% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. Now, not taking into consideration a number of lost coins. So again, think supply and demand. The more of these coins they take out of circulation, the more valuable they will become. Now, there is a rumor that these companies are going to drive down the value of Bitcoin just so they can gobble them up, and that's why you're seeing a small dump now. Okay, so look. So this is what's going on. If Wall Street's gobbling these up, and again, as usual with all these, I will leave a link so you can come here and read and draw your own conclusion. Okay, so this Matt D'Souza, the CEO of Blockworth Solutions, is explaining what's going on and where he feels this is going to take us. Okay, so again, this is interesting because as an investor, when I see Wall Street gobbling up anything, it brings it to my attention. Then I definitely will consider buying into Bitcoin short term at the very least. Okay, at the very least, short term, just so I can ride the curtail of this wave of Wall Street trying to gobble up all the Bitcoins. But again, once I set my goal on things, I have a goal for each things that I invest in. I make sure that I put on side blinders this way I'm not distracted. And I go and I hit my goal before I start going into other things. You don't want to be scatterbrained, but you also want to be diversified. And what I mean by scatterbrained is this. You don't want to be running around moving your monies from one area to another because you keep hearing this rumor or that rumor. That's going to cost you a lot of money just in fees alone. Don't do that. Set a goal. Achieve your goal, then move on to your next goal. Once all of your goals, as far as what you want to invest in, are met, then go out and play around without touching your actual goals that you set. Okay? Here's the other article. This is good because I'm a huge fan of Ethereum, and yeah, I can thank Chico Crypto for that because I agree with what he's showing me. The wave of the future and all big businesses are going to be done on Ethereum. There almost seems like there's no way to avoid this. And that's what this article is talking about. Heads turned anew this week when Baseline Protocol published a promising proof of concept demo that shows that the initiative is poised to be a major contributor to the Ethereum ecosystem. So there's a video by Chico Crypto that he put out who shows people how you can set up now to do test runs on this new platform. Okay? A new platform that Ethereum put out there. I highly recommend you check it out. So earlier this year, okay, just another thing to Ethereum, there is a ton of people doing multiple work projects under Ethereum. So when you're looking for a cryptocurrency that you want to invest in, what you're trying to also look at is how much money are they spending that they earn in production. Okay? There's nobody outperforming Ethereum right now. There's not a single coin out there outperforming when it comes to production and new projects. So the more they grow, obviously the more the demand for Ethereum. So this is something that you should consider as your first goal to set when it comes to cryptocurrencies. So earlier this year, mainstream firms like Microsoft, AMD, and EY joined forces with the crypto economy stalwarts like Consensus and Chainlink to create Oasis, a nonprofit standard body for contributing enterprise-friendly Ethereum code to the public domain. This is big. So what they're doing is by doing these types of environments, and they share codes, and by sharing codes, it helps for the fast growth and development of new projects. At the time, the collaboration unveiled their flagship initiative would be the Baseline Protocol, an open source system. See, an open source. So they share how they're creating things and what they're up to, and this allows other great minds to come in and actually collaborate for the development. Okay, secure and private businesses processing at a low cost atop Ethereum's public mainnet. Since Baseline was revealed, it's become an increasingly high-profile project around Ethereum. That's not just because of the impressive cast of contributors. When you got Microsoft involved in this, that's pretty big if you ask me. If they got Apple in there along with it, then I would be floored. But anyways, the fact that Microsoft is contributing to the development on some projects with Ethereum should tell you what you need to know. Okay, so the impressive cast of contributors behind the effort, but also because of the initiative potential to make Ethereum mainstream the financial infrastructure. So do you hear that? The goal is to make Ethereum the mainstream financial infrastructure. So once these big wigs get behind these types of projects, if they all start investing their time and money into the development of Ethereum, it's just a matter of time before they start lobbying to our politicians and they start doing away with all those other nonsensical cryptocurrencies that are out there. Anyway, this is a very long article. It goes on to show you all the projects and what is being developed. I highly recommend you come and read it and then consider it. Blockchain is another cryptocurrency to consider. Okay, so anyways, I wanted to share this with you because a lot of people keep asking me about this. Pimpy, which ones are you into? Why are you into them? And look, I understand there are other people out there that have other interests and other loves of different cryptocurrencies. But I'm telling you right now, for me, the big one is not Bitcoin, but in the future, but Ethereum. Bitcoin right now is a good ride, in my opinion. I'm anticipating that as Wall Street gobbles it up, there must be a reason for them, but we also know that Bitcoin is moving over to the Ethereum platform. This is great for both of them. What that tells me is this. See this value right here for a Bitcoin? Eventually it's going to be here as this one fades away. All right, you guys? Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you later. Bye.